I don't know why you thought this year to be any different after doing the same thing year after year after year. Did you really think that you're gonna wake up some morning with this crazy self-discipline and motivation that you've never had in your entire life all overnight? Well, unfortunately, it does not work like that unless you're just like built different. So you failed your New Year's resolution. And guess what? That is okay, because this year we are going to do a different strategy. It's really, what do you have to lose? It is 2022 and what you're doing before was not working. So this year we're going to change the way you look at New Year's and New Year's goals and resolutions. And honestly, given by the time I'm posting this and you're watching this, you probably need it. So just give it a try. So first things first, whatever New Year's resolution that you already failed at, forget about it. Literally act like it never happened, or like forgive yourself. Just wipe the slate clean. Whatever you gotta do to not let this little slip up hold you back. Accidents happen, mistakes happen. It is okay. Just don't let that bother you to the point where you cannot function, okay? Number 2, we are going to shift the way that we look at New Year's. Let's be real. This New Year's isn't the real New Year's. And now you're probably like, what is this crazy girl talking about? She's the absolute nut. And you know what? That is fair. That is absolutely fair. And I'll give you that. But hear me out. It is literally the middle of winter. Everything is basically dying, dead, or hibernating. Think about that just for a little bit. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's a lot harder. And so if you already failed your New Year's resolution, don't beat yourself up about it. Don't. You probably did way too much, way too fast, leading you to burnout. Take it easy on yourself. What I'm trying to say is drastically changing your life during a time when things are resting. It seems very counterintuitive. And you know, that's the problem with the modern day New Year. It is so hard to prepare for a lifestyle change during the holiday season, because between Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then New Year's, you're just like getting drunk. Well, most people are anyways. And then you're also resting a lot more during that time. A lot of people are off of work. They're with their families. So instead of really trying to change overnight, what we're going to do is we are going to prep for the actual New Year. And so now you're probably like, okay, so if January isn't the New Year, when is the New Year? Well, I'll tell you, it's March, it's spring, specifically the spring equinox. You know, when everything is coming back to life, when everything is starting to get warm and the flowers are blooming and the animals are coming out of hiding, the birds are chirping, sun is shining, and everything is bright and beautiful and good again. Because seasonal depression, who? We don't know her. We're drinking mimosas on the patio. And not only that, but it is the start of the best astrological season, which is Aries season.
Like, you can't fuck with me, nobody can fuck with me, I'm so badass, don't fuck with me.
I'm not saying that because that's also my birthday month. I don't make the rules. It's just the best time. The energy is just so good and strong, and you just feel like you can do anything. It has that very strong Aries, I'm gonna destroy anything that's standing in my way vibes. And I think everybody needs that in their life. You might be like, okay, so like the New Year is in spring. Makes sense, but why? Good old Julius Caesar changed the calendar. I actually have a link in the bio to an article that kind of explains it more in detail. Mind you, this is the same guy that added in 2 more months so that he can have his name on the calendar. So I'm not surprised that he actually, you know, changed the New Year. But in a lot of cultures, the New Year's is still in spring. But until the spring New Year's, what we're gonna do is we're gonna prep. Kind of like how animals prep for winter, we're prepping for the New Year. January is pre-season, our trial month. Now is a really good time to decide what is actually attainable and what is not attainable. And you know, if you're playing sports, you wouldn't just hop onto the court or the field and just start playing. Like, you may have the plays, but you've never practiced them. You've never seen what works with your teammates. You don't know everybody's strengths and weaknesses. You don't even know your own strengths and weaknesses. That's why we have preseason, to overlook the plays, see what's working, see what's not. And that's what we're doing in January. And honestly, I think January is perfect for it because January feels like it lasts for like 3 months for some reason. I don't know what it is, but the energy of January, I just feel like January is a whole year within itself. And because of that, it gives you plenty of time to make mistakes and mess up and fix those mistakes. You know, you're trying this new thing, you already mess it up. Well, guess what? You have time to fix it and try again. If that's not working, guess what? There's something else. If you have this plan or this system to reach your goal, now is the best time to play around with strategies and just figure out what works for you and your lifestyle. So if something's not working and you're failing, don't beat yourself up about it. Try a different approach. You're not a failure. Try and try again until you figure out what is the best system for you. And once you spent your January messing around and tweaking some things to something that works for you, now in February, it's all about being consistent with it. You know what works? Just keep that momentum going. Once it's in your daily routine and something that you're actually liking and enjoying and you're seeing results out of, now this plan and this system that you set in place is now a lifestyle. And you know, February is such a short month anyways, so you know, focusing on consistency during February is absolutely perfect because you only have 29 days to get it right, and I have full faith that you can do it. So now that you have that routine going and you have the system in place that works for you and you're doing it consistently, in early March we are going to beef it up and you are going to push yourself all in time for the actual new year. It's spring now, and you, my precious flower, you're going to blossom with nature. Now if it seems easy, that's because it is. Reaching your goals, it can be difficult, but it doesn't have to be. It does not have to be insanely hard. We are all people. We are all human. We make mistakes. And I think the best thing that a person can do for themselves is plan for those mistakes. Not actively like, I'm going to make a mistake, but give yourself some breathing room in case you do, because you are human and there is room for error. And the whole purpose of this new system and a new way of looking at New Year's is to give yourself space to grow and make mistakes and learn from them and figure out what is best for you. Because you'll never know what's best for you if you don't at least try. Push yourself just a little. And also just try to experience things.
I think you should experience it. You always say I want to experience things, but I don't think you actually want to experience things because you would experience it if you wanted to experience things.
Like you can watch these, you know, productivity, self-help gurus and read all the blogs and books you want, but if you never implement them and put them into practice, you'll never know if that's an actual practical thing for you. I'm telling you this because I am loving for you and caring for you always, and I will see you till next time, all right? Bye! Luna, Luna, Luna. Luna, Luna, Luna. She's fine, by the way. She loves it.